Zelensky's men kill up to 200 elite Wagner mercenaries hiding in gym. Volodymyr Zelensky's forces were able to kill up to 200 elite Wagner mercenaries hiding in a gym because they couldn't keep their mouths shut. The Wagner Group is a private military company, controlled by the Kremlin. Russia deployed the mercenary group to eastern Ukraine after its army suffered heavy losses, the UK Ministry of Defense reported in March. However, Ukrainian forces were able to strike their base in Kadiivka and kill between 50 and 200 mercenaries, based on different estimates, after they gave themselves away by telling locals they were musicians. Oleh, a local resident said, "Wagner mercenaries don't know how to keep their mouths shut. They themselves went around and introduced themselves as an orchestra or musicians." Russia humiliated as latest U.S. rocket bombardment paralyzing Vladimir Putin's military. Vladimir Putin is experiencing fresh fears over U.S. military aid as Russian armed forces are devastated in a series of precision attacks, a former Navy chief warned. Moscow's military has come under renewed assault from advanced American military technology provided to the Ukrainian defense. Highly accurate U.S. rocket systems have targeted the Kremlin's invading forces as Russia grapples to expand the conflict in the east beyond the Donbas region. Former Navy Chief Admiral Lord Allen West confirmed U.S. weapons had compromised Russian military strategy, with Moscow struggling to sustain supplies of modern equipment to the front line. Speaking to Times Radio, Admiral Lord West said, "There's no doubt that the latest U.S. rocket bombardment that they're giving the Ukrainians is having an impact on the Russians. It's highly accurate, it's taking out Russian fuel dumps and it's having an impact on the fighting. I don't believe it will stop the Russians grinding down Ukraine and the Donbas region, but, my goodness, it's making life a lot more difficult for them." On Friday, the U.S. Bureau of Global Public Affairs confirmed a renewed supply of military assistance to the Ukrainian defense in the 16th drawdown of American support. The new package of advanced equipment totals an estimated $175 million in arms and equipment to bolster President Zelensky's armed forces. In a press statement, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said, "Today's announcement includes more HIMARS advanced rocket systems and other weapons that Ukrainians are using so effectively on the battlefield to defend their country." This drawdown, combined with an additional $95 million announced separately today under the Department of Defense's Ukraine Security Assistance Initiative, will bring total U.S. military assistance to Ukraine to approximately $8.2 billion since the beginning of this administration. Under the Department of Defense's initiative, the U.S. is also set to provide Ukraine with up to 580 Phoenix Ghost tactical unmanned aerial systems. The so-called Phoenix Ghost drones have already proved highly effective throughout the conflict by destroying Russian military storage facilities within Ukraine. The additional 4 high-mobility artillery rocket systems and the latest round of provisions will bring the total number of HIMARS transfers to Ukraine to 16. Following the announcement of increased U.S. military aid, President Zelensky said, "Critically important, powerful arms will save our soldiers' lives and speed up the liberation of our land from the Russian aggressor. I appreciate the strategic friendship between our nations." Just a day after an agreement was reached between the United Nations and President Putin to resume exports from Black Sea ports across Ukraine, Russia launched a missile strike against the port city of Odessa. Moscow claimed the attack was not intended to compromise grain exports as the Russian military was acting on intelligence to destroy a stockpile of U.S. weapons within Odessa. Igor Konashenkov, a Russian Defense Ministry spokesman, said, "In the seaport city of Odessa, on the territory of a shipyard, sea-based high-precision long-range missiles destroyed a docked Ukrainian warship and a warehouse with Harpoon anti-ship missiles supplied by the U.S. to the Kiev regime." The Kremlin's desperate effort to destroy U.S. weapons supplies within Odessa has exposed Russian fears over the continued advanced military aid America has offered to the Ukrainian armed forces.